done a great job of adapting to everything he needs to. It has been a series of adjustments, and Avery has held his own. Nowitzki now, look who's on him, Sura. Nowitzki to the basket, blocked by Yao Ming. Nowitzki back the other way to Terry. Terry to Howard, blocked by Yao Ming. Oh, here in the first 2 minutes. McGrady inside for two.
Well, I hate to see him come out shooting the ball that well.
Yao Ming, McGrady.
You see it right now. Great execution of screen and roll. When he sees Dampier, here's the sign.
McGrady to the basket, floats it up, missed it. Padgett with the rebound, back to Wesley. Wesley repositions and hits. Nowitzki. Got McGrady in the air, challenges Yao off the scoreboard. And it's going to be Houston's ball, post up. Howard stripped of the ball by Wesley. Out to McGrady, plus 24 for Houston. McGrady, T-Mac to the left. Tracy McGrady.
Watch this play. Little take Dirk outside, can't guard him. Can you see him dunk the ball left-handed? Is that amazing? Now, this is what makes down. Watch this play again. See him just jump up over it, drive around Dirk, dunk on Dampier. What a player.
Down to McGrady. Yes. Final fours of college before it came to the NBA. McGrady.
Good for him, guarding.
There he gets down to the baseline looking for Yao. Nothing there. He's picked up his dribble. Now he goes Yao to McGrady. Tracy with a facing.
How about this? Yao to McGrady for the flush. Game tied at 17.
One thing that's starting to filter out in this series now in Game 6 is the depth and balance of the Dallas Mavericks. Jerry Stackhouse off the bench with 7. Nowitzki has 7. They have very balanced scoring for the Houston Rockets. It was McGrady 5 of 7 for 10 points. Yao Ming with only 3, but he picked up 2 fouls. So once again, getting in foul trouble, which has been a key to this series. When he has stayed on the floor, he has been the dominant force inside. But this is going to have to be a night where the 2 stars, Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, find a way to push this to Game 7 in Dallas. Tracy McGrady early here in this game, finding Yao Ming on that bread and butter pick and roll that they've been running. Powerful finish over Dampier with the left hand, lob and the quick finish in the post. And then the nice give and go with Yao Ming and McGrady. And when Yao Ming picked up those fouls, the fortunes of his team changed as he sat on the bench.
So to start the second quarter, the Houston Rockets will have John Barry, McGrady, Mike James, David Wesley, and Dikembe Mutombo. And as Doug just said, Yao's got 2 fouls. Dallas begins the second quarter with Finley, Nowitzki, Stackhouse, Howard, and the rookie from Wisconsin, Devin Harris.
Dallas is going to use 3, 4, 5 different defenders on Tracy McGrady, try to wear him down. There's another loose ball, and tonight all those loose balls have been going to Dallas, although McGrady found that one in the lane.
And Stackhouse again, who has been absolutely devastating since coming off the bench. A 4 of 4 start and a Maverick high 9 points.
Well, he's coming off a best game of the series yet. He had 17 points the other night, some critical plays, and he said he shot around with Rolando Blackman before Game 5, the great Maverick player. He said he helped him get refocused. Since that point in time, Jerry has been lights out.
And he stepped out of bounds to David Wesley down low. The Dallas Mavericks are trying to become the 3rd team ever to win a playoff series after losing the first 2 games at home. That's a pretty big statement. 3 consecutive wins. They have certainly grabbed this series by the throat.
Well, this series changed when Keith Van Horn rolled his ankle and Avery Johnson had to go from the conventional big lineups that he liked to play to small ball. And small ball has been working in his favor. Guys like Marquise Daniels off the bench, Josh Howard, Jerry Stackhouse. These guys are 6'6", 6'7". They've caused all kinds of problems for Houston's small lineup.
It's McGrady against Nowitzki. Tracy McGrady and the tap in by Mutombo.
If Dallas is going to play small, that's why you need Yao Ming on the floor or even a Mutombo. You've got to be able to get that ball inside and pound that smaller lineup. Without Yao Ming to do that, they become such a perimeter-oriented team.
And there's a turnover, and in this game, 3 against the Mavericks and 4 against the Rockets. McGrady. John Barry with the offensive rebound. David Wesley. Over the defending Marquise Daniels. That's a two-point shot that brings the Rockets to within 6.
Well, nice start by David Wesley. 2 of 4 from the floor. He has 5 points. And what Dallas has done, Kevin, they've tried to take Wesley, Sura, James, Barry, those guys out of the game as much as they can and live with the points that Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady throw up, and then hope that in the fourth quarter their superior depth will wear down the Rockets, specifically Tracy McGrady. And Tracy has struggled in the fourth quarter the last 3 games.
McGrady picking up his first foul, and at the free throw line is Dirk Nowitzki, who Doug earlier in this series had a string of 22 consecutive free throws made. He's been terrific from the stripe.
Well, one of the things that kept him as a guy who was putting points on the board for his team early in this series, Kevin, with his shooting woes, was his ability to get the line. As you said, he's 44 of 50. There he's missed a free throw here tonight. But you look at this series, Nowitzki's shooting 38%, 29% from 3. Going into this game, you say, wow, those numbers all favor the Houston Rockets. But all of a sudden, Jason Terry has been the story of this series with his shooting. He's shooting almost 70% from the three-point line, averaging 18 points a game. More importantly, big shot after big shot. We saw it in game 4, the huge 3 that he hit that really evened the series and swung it back in Dallas's favor.
Ryan Bowen has come in for Tracy McGrady for the Houston Rockets. Dampier is in the game for Dallas.
How often do you see Nowitzki step up and miss 2 free throws?
Well, certainly not much in this series. Here's Mike James over Harris.
They really need him. He's capable of getting his own shot. Wesley, Barry, Sura, these guys depend on Tracy McGrady.
Little 6-0 run now by the Houston Rockets, and a foul as Nowitzki was wheeling inside. Ryan Bowen was defending, and the foul goes on Bowen just off the bench for the first time for Coach Jeff Van Gundy. Let's check in with the third member of our crew and say good evening to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Jerry Stackhouse has made his mark, and it's well in keeping, because when Jerry Stackhouse was traded from the Washington Wizards, they made no secret of the fact that they didn't think much of him as a leader. He feels like he was maligned a little bit at the end in Washington, and this is a great opportunity for him to redeem himself. He's also learned that he doesn't have to play 45 minutes a game to be effective. He said it was Rick Carlisle who taught him while he was in Detroit that he could be just as effective a player playing 30 minutes and staying fresh for the playoffs than he could if he plays 42 minutes and takes a lot of shots. And now he says he feels fresher than he's felt at this point in the season in a long time.
Well, David, just to follow up that, in watching Jerry, I see a much more mature Jerry Stackhouse. He's playing with a passion. He's channeling it the right ways. He's been a great leader for this team in the locker room. I've heard nothing but great things from the coaches, and it's great to see him being able to come to Dallas and have this kind of success. I think he would have been the 6th man of the year had he not gotten injured.
Devin Harris just picks up a foul. And that'll send Mike James to the free throw line for the Houston Rockets. Doug, Dallas is averaging at least 6 more free throws a game in this series than Houston.
Well, one of the reasons is because their perimeter guys not only bigger than Houston's perimeter guys, but they're also quicker, so they get in the lane. And what that does is creates a chain reaction. Either you get fouled, or you drop the ball off to a guy and he gets fouled, or you get to the offensive rebound, get some second shots, or you create some threes. So getting in the lane is one of the things Houston does not want to have happen. Here's a steal by Mike James on Devin Harris.
James. Mike James has 6 points. Here's another steal. Mike James comes up with it.
Well, Devin Harris, back-to-back turnovers, trying to handle the basketball in congestion.
John Barry. Brian Bowen. Knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Shot clock is down to 5. And a timeout taken. Houston is on a 10-2 run. And a guy who's got some championship experience with the Detroit Pistons a season ago, Mike James, comes up with a big defensive play and the foul for Houston.
Well, he has the capabilities of creating his own shots. Houston desperately needs his production tonight.
I just thought I had a little something on the end.
It's showtime!
Drumline, bringing the beat home. Tomorrow night at 8 on TNT.
Last right.
That's mine. Back off, LeBron. Coming through. Nighty-night. Victory is mine. Show him my motto.
We're investing over $1 billion in North America. It began with a new design and research center and test track in California, a new engineering facility in Michigan, and now a state-of-the-art assembly plant in Alabama, creating thousands of new jobs across the country. The result will be a Hyundai like you've never seen before.
Win Jack's stuff. Buy any medium or large combo and peel the sticker to win. Free music match downloads, 10 million food prizes, Nintendo DS systems, American Express branded gift cards, a year of travel on Southwest Airlines and vacation packages, Kawasaki jet skis, ATVs, Jack's Ninja 6R. Too bad he's not giving away his wife. I would like to win a night with her. Jack employees not eligible.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
What is Budweiser? It's bright, the look of perfection. It's crisp, with ideal flavor. It's clean, for a great finish. It's pure, made with the finest all-natural ingredients. It's the smooth, flavorful result of beechwood aging. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
With the Dallas Mavericks leading by 2 here in the second quarter in Houston. Tonight's Bud Light around the league takes us to the highest scoring tandems on a team in the NBA playoffs. And at the top, Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming.
Well, they have been terrific. And again, when Yao Ming has been on the floor, he's been the dominant man in that painted area. They need a big game from McGrady. You see Ray Allen, how good was he? Jerome James, Rashard Lewis, Gilbert Arenas, the big shot last night. He and Larry Hughes against Chicago. We saw Ginobili off the bench and Duncan, and obviously Wade and Shaq. And you see tonight the minus meter, Dallas +6 from the three-point line, points in the paint. Houston, offensive rebounds.
Mike James has just tied the game with the 2-point shot, now at 30 apiece. A game-high 10 points for Tracy McGrady. No one in double figures yet for the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas from the floor shooting 52%.
We're going to have to do something here with Jerry Stackhouse. Wesley cannot handle him down here. Having his way, that's 11 points for Jerry Stackhouse, and I don't think he's missed a shot. He's 5 of 5.
Yep. He's been terrific. Rockets the other way, shooting 45% from the field.
And Jerry's just too big for David Wesley. David is a good defender, but he just doesn't have the size.
Mike James.
Not a good possession. Too much dribbling there.
Bowen saves it. Rockets are +2 in rebounding tonight.
Jerry Stackhouse thought that ball was going out of bounds, and Ryan Bowen just made a beeline for that loose ball.
Knockaway deflected by the defensive-minded Marquise Daniels of Dallas. Shot clock at 13, second quarter clock at 7:40.
How much time now can Jeff Van Gundy buy with both McGrady and Yao Ming off the floor at the same time?
Good point.
It's going to be Mike James who's going to have to be the man who scores. Here maybe Wesley.
James has got 8 in 6 minutes, and he's got the ball right now. Knocked away, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And the defense by Jason Terry.
They've got to get Tracy McGrady some rest. Now Yao Ming has been in foul trouble, but Tracy McGrady is playing about 45 minutes a night, and it's shown in the last 3/4 quarters. So he's got to be fresh, or his teammates have to help him here tonight.
Mike James, rebound by Dirk Nowitzki, lassoing his 4th of the game.
Dirk coming off his best game of the series, 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 steals.
The rebounds in particular impressive for the double-double. Terry. And that ball hit the underneath portion of the rim as he was trying to pass it. And Barry had it taken away by Daniels. Vacuumed in by Nowitzki. Ahead to Terry. The bounce to Stackhouse. Perfect tonight. And continues that way. Stackhouse has started 6 of 6. 14 points in 12 minutes.
Jerry Stackhouse is on fire off the bench. The bench points have swung in favor of the Mavericks. This is what Jerry Stackhouse was brought in to do. He was traded for Antoine Jameson, who's had a great year for the Washington Wizards. Jerry Stackhouse is the sixth man, lighting it up here tonight, and Dallas in a great rhythm offensively, lead by 5.
We're investing over $1 billion in North America. It began with a new design and research center and test track in California, a new engineering facility in Michigan, and now a state-of-the-art assembly plant in Alabama, creating thousands of new jobs across the country. The result will be a Hyundai like you've never seen before.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I got 5 stops to make.
Oh no! I can't drive you around while you're around killing people.
What are you gonna do about it? From director Michael Mann.
He's coming to kill you.
Tom Cruise.
What's wrong? What's my work?
Jamie Foxx.
I'm not up for this. Slow down. Shoot me.
Collateral.
I heard DirecTV has this thing called the DirecTV Movers Connection. They move and install your DirecTV service in your new home when you move. And it's free.
Free? Let's move then.
I'm glad we did this.
Movers Connection, only from DirecTV. Another example of how DirecTV is rethinking the way television should be.
The 2005 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Hyundai. To see the full line of Hyundai's cars and SUVs, visit HyundaiUSA.com. And by the United States Marine Corps.
The Dallas Maverick bench has been a story in this entire series. Tonight highlighted by the terrific performance of Jerry Stackhouse.
Well, it all got started with this loose ball that was picked up by Jason Terry. He found Stack for a 3 in the corner. Going inside, taking advantage of his superior size over David Wesley. Finding that spot again in the corner for the 3. And it was before Game 5, he met with Rolando Blackman, the Mavericks Director of Player Development. What a great player he was for the Mavericks. And he went out and worked out, and he said Rowe really helped him get refocused for Game 5. He had 17 points off the bench in 27 minutes, 6 of 13, 3 of 4 from 3, and has continued his great shooting here tonight. And he could be the difference in the Mavericks being able to move on if he keeps his hot hand. He's capable of throwing up a 30-point game in about 25 minutes.
He led the league in scoring a couple of years ago. Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady have come back in the game, and there is a turnover. The Rockets have never led. The Mavericks' big lead has been 10. The Rockets are facing elimination tonight in this Game 6.
Now McGrady's got to get himself right back in this game now. He got off to a good start.
Dallas has gone 3 of 5 shooting the 3 ball tonight. Rockets have not hit from 3-point territory. Nowitzki with James on him, and now Yao on him. Yao has altered or deflected about 5 or 6 Dallas shots tonight.
Well, it's interesting. Tracy McGrady is now switched off over on Jerry Stackhouse. We'll have to see now who Yao Ming is playing. Will he play? Well, he'll play against Dan Pierce, so Bowen will play against Nowitzki. So McGrady is off Nowitzki now, trying to slow down Jerry Stackhouse. That's tough to do, Kevin, when a guy gets it rolling.
We've had 7 ties in this game. McGrady to Yao, and the foul was called on Howard as Yao controls his emotions, and that's about as hard a foul as he has taken in this series. The second foul is tagged on Howard.
You know what I think? I think these fans love the reaction from Yao Ming. He's sort of the gentle giant, and he's going to roll to the basket. Never much, doesn't say much after fouls, but there's the hard foul, and he goes down, and He tries to get back up. He's such a big man, he sort of stumbles to get back up.
See, the one thing that is different, like in the National Football League, Howard was staring him down. That's a flag right there. That's a penalty in the NFL for taunting. And that's exactly what Howard did right there. And he's done it all series long. And that time looking at Yao and trying to get that, whatever you want to call it, that sense of superiority. But
Yao's got to step up and make these free throws. And Tracy McGrady is going to be smiling at Yao Ming, but you know what? They want the big man to be fired up. They need that kind of passion. It's what everybody's waiting for him to just take that next step forward with the passion to go with the talent that he has.
full court pressure for the first time tonight, exhibited by the Houston Rockets.
Now, Jerry Stackhouse will make Tracy McGrady work. They're not going to let him rest, so they're going to continue to try to attack him.
Stackhouse, who's been perfect, except for that shot right there with the miss. Out of bounds and off of Dallas.
So this is what McGrady has to do. This is what Michael Jordan used to do. He would go over and take the other team's best perimeter player and shut him down, and on the other end, he would get you 35 or 40 points, whatever you needed. This is what Tracy's going to have to do tonight, both ends of the floor.
It's James. He's got 10 points off the bench to match the Rocket high 10 by McGrady. All 10 of James's points have come in this second quarter. Bowen knocks it away. Bowen on the breakaway. And Howard picks up a foul with a trip.
Well, Ryan Bowen, we have not seen much from him since the first two games. They need more offense on the floor, but he gets out in the open lane, scores, and Josh Howard gets his leg out, trips him. And Ryan Bowen will have a chance to go to the line here and give the Rockets a 1-point lead.
And they have never led.
And you can see what's happened in the bench. The first two games, the Houston bench was plus 14 points. It was all in their favor. In the last three, Dallas plus 23. So that bench, we have to watch. The depth has gone to Dallas as this series has gone on.
The Rockets are on top for the first time. We've seen an 11-point turnaround in this second quarter. There's a Mike James foul.
Starting to get a little chippy. You can feel the urgency starting to surface here, Kevin. Houston knows win or go home, and Dallas cannot play like they have insurance in their pocket. They do not want to go to a Game 7.
James picks up his first. Houston is on a 6-0 run. Jason Terry, Michael Finley. On a nice roll is Michael Finley. Hits for the second time for the field. He's got 4. Stackhouse with a game-high 14. Yao held by Dampier.
Well, you can see the matchups. As soon as Yao Ming came back on the floor, Avery Johnson went to Eric Dampier. That's why he's out there to try to play against Yao Ming. He's got to give them some production. Now, the Mavericks yesterday had an off day, and we talked to Avery Johnson before the game, and he said, yeah, everybody had an off day except Eric Dampier. He did not deserve an off day. He got with the head coach and worked out yesterday.
What a great pass inside. James finishes, but Tracy McGrady lasers one inside.
12 points now for Mike James off the bench. 14 for Jerry Stackhouse. They have both lifted their teams.
Terry picked up by James, and now on the switch by Bowen. Chasing Terry for 3. Missed it all. Picked up by John Berry. Ahead to James, and the pass not there.
Those are the kind of plays you have to convert. You work so hard to get a defensive stop. You've got to convert. You see Dikembe Mutombo, players on the Rockets bench, urging on their teammates.
Terry, Finley, Stackhouse, Nowitzki, Dampier. This is Nowitzki. That's the Dallas 5 out there. Berry, Bowen, McGrady, Yao. Mike James with the ball. Ryan Bowen. And that is unexpected.
Well, he's got to take the shot because Nowitzki's back in the lane trying to help on McGrady or Yao Ming. He's wide open out there. He can't think about it. He's got to let it go.
Stackhouse with the shot clock at 6 and defended by Bowen. He's missed 2 straight after hitting his first 6.
The last 2 shots were contested.
Houston is +4 in rebounding. McCready to Yao, and Yao fumbles it away. He's got a couple turnovers himself and 8 total for the Rockets.
In a game like this, you've got to find a way to relax. You've got to channel the energy and not turn the basketball over. You've got to get shots at the basket. Avery Johnson wants to take a timeout. You know, he said, we came in here tonight with a healthy dose of fear. We want to feel like we did after games 1 and 2. We were angry. We were embarrassed. We came in and won 2 games. He said we were tight early. We weren't focused. We're now loose and focused. Can they finish them off tonight and advance to play Phoenix?
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $49. Book yours at Southwest.com.
We're investing over $1 billion in North America. It began with a new design and research center and test track in California, a new engineering facility in Michigan, and now a state-of-the-art assembly plant in Alabama, creating thousands of new jobs across the country. The result will be a Hyundai like you've never seen before.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, honey, it's a camera phone. It's 2 camera phones.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day miracle. Oh, hey, I'll take this one.
This year, Mother's Day isn't just for moms. Get Mom an LG VX6100 camera phone from Verizon Wireless for $49.99 and pick up one for yourself free. Plus, you can add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. But hurry, this deal ends May 8th.
I sent you a picture of the syrup.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Over 100 people. Gone.
A team of FBI profilers hunting a serial killer. They followed his clues.
He has an obsession with time.
They know his methods.
Somebody drained his blood.
But what they don't know is that the killer is one of them.
I know it's not me.
And I know it's not me. Mindhunters. Rated R. In theaters Friday, May 13th.
Sin is fun.
He kills for the fun of it. The job is simple. Get him and get him fast.
Tell him where the money
I'm
is.
the guy banging your old lady. Bob Chado's coming.
How dare you not defend your daughter?
Next loud noise you hear is me.
To take a 2-0 lead. Oh, Tracy McGrady gets loose again. And Nowitzki has it. The shot clock is at 4. The 3 by Terry Good. Here comes McGrady. Oh, he just sucked the gravity right out of the building.
Here's Toad forcing Prodigal last guess.
It's been a terrific series. We're at Game 6. The first game was decided by 12 points. But, Doug, the last 4 have been decided by a total of 13 points between Dallas and Houston.
And it's come down to fourth quarter. Who's made the shots? Who's come up with the big plays? That's who's won the game. And I have a feeling tonight, Kevin, we're on the pace to see the same thing here tonight. Dallas trying to finish this game, and Houston hoping to take some solace from what Boston did to Indiana today and get it to Game 7.
Rockets have outscored Dallas in the second quarter, 22-13. The miss by Nowitzki. The rebound by Tracy McGrady. Brady's got 10. He's 5 of 11. Great pass to Bowen from Tracy McGrady. And Doug, the Rocket bench has now scored 21 points this quarter.
Well, that's with Yao Ming in foul trouble, sitting on the bench. Tracy McGrady resting. Here's Nowitzki over the top.
Tap in by Dampier.
That's the one thing he's done in this series. Now he has 20 offensive rebounds, so got to do a better job keeping him off the boards, getting those second shots.
That 5 lead changes in 8 ties in this game. Mavericks have led by 10. Rockets have led by as many as 3. McCready. Dallas is shooting 50% from the floor. Marquise Daniels. And it's picked up by Ryan Bowen, knocked away by Daniels. And retrieved by Houston. McCready. And Bowen again fumbles a McCready pass. He's done it most of the series. Drive inside by Marquise Daniels and a foul.
Oh, Ryan Bowen, he's trying so hard, Kevin. You can just see the young guy he's anxious. He wants so much to help his team. First 2 games did a nice job defensively. Has not played much since, but has come in the game today. He's given him 7 points off the bench, a couple rebounds, fighting Dirk Nowitzki every step of the way, and really is doing all he can do for his team. You got to be careful sometimes throwing those passes in traffic to make sure you got to know who you're throwing to.
With a 3-point Houston lead here, let's go to our TNT studios and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Folks are going to want to stick around for the Verizon Wireless halftime report and hear what Kenny and Charles have to say about this game and about Boston's win and about the ejection of Paul Pierce. And you'll want to hear what Antoine Walker said after the game. A bold statement about this series. It all comes your way in just a couple of minutes. Back to you, Kev.
EJ, thank you very much. Pierce and Walker combined for 44 points tonight for the Boston Celtics. What a win in Indianapolis. Here comes McGrady. Houston is shooting 51%. James, and he is fouled.
That was
he's down there along with Nowitzki.
That was a brilliant pass from Tracy McGrady. Little rub play with Mike James sort of circling around Yao Ming, cutting to the basket, and McGrady, it's like skipping a rock across a pond there. He just skipped it through traffic, and James did a nice job picking that ball up, and boy, he's given him a tremendous amount of energy. Kevin, 12 points now, looking for 13. He missed his free throw, and once again, that free throw line really was deadly for Houston in the 4th quarter of Game 5.
That's James's first miss from the free throw line in this series. He was 17 of 17. Bulls Wizards tomorrow, ESPN, 8 o'clock Eastern.
And at Game 5 the other night, when Dallas took a 3-2 lead, the Rockets missed 8 of 16 free throws in the 4th quarter. Yao Ming missed 5, Tracy McGrady 3. You miss 8 free throws and you lose a 1-possession game.
Each team is 7 of 10 from the free throw line in the first half.
Yao Ming out, so he does not pick up his 3rd foul here going into the halftime. They'd like for him to have 4 fouls to use in the second half.
Mutombo takes his place. Here is Nowitzki, and the shot clock is down to 6, and McGrady is defending. Mutombo with the rebound. James will trigger it. Approaching a minute to play in this first half. McGrady over Finley for 3. We have had a 16-point turnaround in this second quarter. Dallas led by 10. The Rockets have their biggest lead of the game now at 6. Jason Terry with the fake, and James bites, and the 2-point shot retrieved by Mutombo. There are no fouls to give either way.
If he goes a quick 2 for 1, pulls up and shoots a 3 here.
He was fouled on the shot.
It's a great 2 for 1 possession. Tracy McGrady sort of lulls and knocks the shot down, gets fouled. Shades of the finish against San Antonio when he had, 13 points at about 30-something seconds. Kevin, we always talk about ending quarters and halves. The Rockets have made a surge, and listen to this crowd. If they get a defensive stop and another score, what a way to go into this locker room in a huge Game 6, trying to get back to Dallas. This is what great players do. They make these kind of plays and these kind of moments. It's how stars are born in playoff competition, when the competition is at its best.
McCready with the game-high 19 points. Bob Sura has come in for Mutombo. A 20-point turnaround in this second quarter.
Similar to the 20-0 run, remember, in Game 3.
Terry for three.
This guy has hit every open jump shot. He's shooting 70% from the three-point line in this series.
Bowen.
Unheard of, Kevin.
James in the final seconds of the first half ticking off.
That ball back to Tracy McGrady. Michael Finley will not let him catch it.
By James over Daniels, who deflected the shot, and that takes us to halftime. And the Rockets lead by 7. The Mavericks led by 5 at the 7:02 mark. And to close the quarter, the Houston Rockets go on a 22-10 run. And Tracy McGrady leading the way with 19 first half points. With the Houston Rockets on the brink of elimination, a big-time first half. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Mike James, when you the Rockets were down 10 early in the first quarter, did you sense the desperation when you came in?
We got to play inspired basketball now. We understand what's at stake. We lose, we go home. Simple as that. There's no motivational speeches. If we have a goal, and that's trying to win the Western Conference this year, and we believe that we at least got to win one game at home and then decide what's going to happen in Game 7. So today we're going to play inspired basketball.
Jerry Stackhouse got off to a great start off of their bench, but then you and Ryan Bowen came in great production from your bench in the second quarter.
That's what we got to be. We got to be energy for our team. When our team, is lacking energy, we got to come in and maintain and try to help us. Just try to, we trying to do something. And so if we believe that we can do something, we got to at least come out hungry this game.
You got the surge at the end of the second quarter this time.
Well, we're going to see what's going to happen. It's 2 more quarters to play. We played good basketball for 3 games for 3 quarters, and we didn't finish in the 4th. So today, we got to play inspired ball for the remainder of the 24 minutes.
Mike James, thanks very much. Good luck in the second half. Let's send it out to Atlanta and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, D.A. It's a 52-45 game. Houston with a halftime lead, trying to stay alive against the Mavericks, and what a night of playoff basketball we are in the midst of here on TNT. It's the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. All that Boston stuff as they stay alive still to come in just a couple of minutes, but let's start with this game right here. And you heard Mike James say, it's not about speeches, and you know what's at stake here. This is a time when superstars got to take over.
Yeah, and you would think, a lot of times when you always compare, I hear the comparisons of American players versus foreign players, and how the foreign players are much more skilled, much more deliberate, and have a better fundamentals. And that might be true, but I think at times that leads to a lack of aggression sometimes, because a lot of the areas of the floor where they're comfortable with the ball, because what makes Dirk Nowitzki so great is that he can take the ball out on the outside and face the basket. But for a go-to move, I think a lot of times, with all of those skills and fundamentals that the foreign players play with, the bigger players play facing the basket, which leads you to tougher shots where most of American big men are taught, when you're a big man, get your butt on the box and punish people and learn how to punish people. And I think we get in awe, we get intrigued by the skill of facing the basket for big men, that when it's time to get a basket, they can't, the go-to players a lot of times don't go to the basket and get points.
11 points on 3 out of 9 for Dirk Nowitzki. What do you think about what the Jet has observed here in the first half and in these series?
Well, I just think Dirk Nowitzki shoot too many jumpers. Very talented player, very good player, but he can get jumpers, and he shoots fadeaway jumpers. But, man, Yao Ming ain't giving me nothing. Nada, zero, zilch.
But I think he falls victim to that too, Charles, where he faces the basket. He feels much more comfortable facing the basket, and instead of having his back to the basket. And I don't know if it's because the international lane is wider. I don't know what the exact reason is, but most of the big men, they don't feel comfortable with their back to the basket.
Tracy McGrady, he's did his part. Like Allen Iverson, they did their part. It's a team game, but if you're a great player, you can only do so much. Yao Ming has given them nothing. And I think they give him a pass a lot of the time and blame a lot of stuff on T-Mac. Just like in Sacramento, he used to blame everything on C-Webb when the rest of them slugs disappeared when the game was on the line. Yao Ming has given them nothing. He doesn't play aggressive from one game to the next. And if he doesn't play aggressive, when Magic said he thought Houston could win this thing, but Yao Ming he's on a play like that 1 or 2 games.
That was the big if they continue to play like this
but
together.
But between my aunt and my uncle,
yeah,
I can't say it.
4 points on 1 out of 3 for Yao Ming with 2 fouls, by the way. Team X got 19.
No.
Hey, Game 7, Pacers and Celtics coming your way Saturday night. The time to be announced, but we will have it here on TNT.
But you didn't think you know what time TBA
Saturday
meant?
night.
You think we got dumb fans at home?
No, they are well-educated fans. When we come back, we'll take you down the stretch. Boston and Indiana when we come back.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
And that says a lot. Here comes McCready. What a play by T-Man.
With spicy food, you need a light beer that can hold its own. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
Oh, thank you, guys. What a weekend. Awesome time. Thank you.
Hey, you're marrying a great girl, buddy. Seriously.
Yeah, she is a great girl who would not approve of one single thing we just did. Isn't that your... Well, that's gonna make an interesting toast.
Last Sprite.
That's mine! Back off, LeBron! Coming through! Nighty-night! Victory is mine! Show him my motto!
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, honey, it's a camera phone. It's 2 camera phones.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day miracle. Oh, hey, I'll take this one.
This year, Mother's Day isn't just for moms. Get Mom an LG VX6100 camera phone from Verizon Wireless for $49.99 and pick up one for yourself free. Plus, you can add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. But hurry, this deal ends May 8th.
I sent you a picture of the syrup.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Today, you're a super painter with the amazing Wagner Wide Shot Power Painter. Fast and neat. It lets you paint up to 12 inches wide in one pass. The Power Painter. One of the ways Wagner gives you more power, because there's always something that needs painting. Wagner. Paint fast. Paint smart.
Hey, John, do you...
They're hard to put down. The new grill burgers at Dairy Queen.
This is Adam, who had a Delta SimpliFares ticket with no Saturday night stay, so he could fly home for Friday night, which meant Alicia had an open seat for Susan on a Saturday flight, so she could be on her favorite game show. It starts with something good, like SimpliFares with no Saturday night stay. From there, one good thing leads to another. Delta, good goes around. For our lowest fares, visit delta.com.
How do we get more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs? 150 years of American brewing know-how. Ah, the sweet taste of craftsmanship. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
All right, Boston, Indiana, playing Game 6 tonight at Indiana. The Pacers with a chance to close it out. It's 84-83. Time running out, and Paul Pierce retaliates on the foul by Jamal Tinsley. We're going to take another look at this. They're up by 1, guys, and Pierce.
I'm glad that didn't decide the game. He almost gave it to him.
Another look at regular speed.
That would have been a tough way.
You got to know that you're going to get a tough foul at that time.
That's his second technical.
You have to know that if you're Paul Pierce.
Yeah, but that won't be, this guy can't breathe.
Now, Kendrick Perkins, since Pierce isn't there to shoot, they take Kendrick Perkins. The Pacers select him, and he misses both. So it's 84-84.
I'm glad he wasn't the GOAT either, because that's a tough situation.
There was the stage all set for Reggie.
Yeah, but Reggie's exhausted right now. He struggled the last couple games. There's a little yellow light on.
And it's flashing. There's Antoine Walker, 5 of the Celtics, 8 points in overtime for Antoine.
Antoine played very well in the overtime, excuse me.
So 91-89, Indiana going stone cold late in the game and in overtime, in regulation and in OT, and the last chance. Indiana with a chance to close out at home, and now they got to go to Boston and play Game 7 on TNT Saturday night, 92-89.
What time, Ernie?
We don't know. It's
TBA?
announced. 92-89.
That what TBA stand for?
Hey, listen to Antoine Walker after the game.
Nobody gave us a chance. I listened to everybody on TNT last night talking about we going home. Boston ain't good enough, and Reggie Miller. But I think Reggie might just played his last game in this building.
I guess I overreacted to a hard foul. Thought it was unjust. I just lost my cool. It almost cost us. I'm just happy we got this win. I mean, I'm pretty much speechless, man. The guys really picked me up. Unbelievable. I don't know what I'll be, how I feel right now. We had to lost this game all on the bonehead play, but guys just do a better job of keeping my cool, and hey, it's Game 7.
Paul Pierce showing up with that get-up in jest after the game, but
yeah, it was just.
I mean, he says an unjust call. When you saw that happen, Charles, what'd you think?
Or was he talking an unjust foul?
Your name Charles.
I thought he was saying it was an unjust foul, but I'm just kind of clarifying for you because you need help a lot of times.
I think in this situation, when it could have changed the outcome of the game, I thought it was an unjust call also. Is it a foul? Maybe good acting, maybe he shouldn't have did it, but I don't think officials should ever dictate the final outcome of a game.
But under any other circumstances, you see this happen in a game, you'd call a technical on him?
Well, that was a good acting job. You can get
Tinsley sold it, granted.
Yeah,
but Pierce didn't really dispute it when it happened.
That could have changed. He already had one technical.
Well,
that's why.
Well, it didn't matter. He was already getting tossed.
He didn't know what the hell was going to happen at that time. It happened so quickly. I just don't want officials dictating the outcome of the game. That could have cost Boston the game.
Well, I think Paul said it best, though. Bonehead.
Yeah, exactly.
He has to know he's going to get fouled hard. And the reason you're fouling hard is because you want the guy to go to the line and feel something, so he might be thinking about my wrist being slapped hard or what have you. So Jamal Tinsley, as you saw, was not viciously going after him. It was just, I got to foul this guy hard, make him go to the line and knock it in. He got up under Paul, and Paul trying to, I guess, retaliate. He's cleared it up the best, and he said it the best. It was bonehead. So fortunately, they won. Game 7 on. We never said that Boston wasn't good enough. I don't think any of us have said that. We just didn't want to work on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
He was
Time,
speaking for
TBA.
me, too.
Tracy McGrady of the Rockets.
For me, too.
They're trying to work on Saturday, too, if they can stay alive against the Mavs.
We never said they weren't good enough.
Neither one of us
who we were
wanted to
rooting
work
for.
on.
It's a difference.
Yeah, pom-poms on in the back.
TNT, exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Boost your shave to a new level of performance with new Mach 3 Comfort Gel, designed to partner with all Mach 3 razors to make Gillette's best shave even better. New Mach 3 Comfort Gel, the best a man can get.
It's been a grueling match for both teams. Shad chases the ball. Ramos takes the ball. Oh, man!
The longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart. That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5-electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. and so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Through this special offer, you can own one with no money down and just $19 per month. You can't get this Bowflex deal anywhere else. Call us for a free DVD or video, or visit us online and find out how to get your Bowflex for just $19 a month today.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
The Halftime Report has been brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, honey, it's a camera phone. It's 2 camera phones.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day miracle. Oh, hey, I'll take this one.
This year, Mother's Day isn't just for moms. Get Mom an LG VX6100 camera phone from Verizon Wireless for $49.99 and pick up one for yourself free. Plus, you can add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. But hurry, this deal ends May 8th.
I sent you a picture of the syrup.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $49. Book yours at southwest.com.
Hey, Angie. Going to the post office?
Post office?
Angie, post office, 3 seconds.
No matter how many packages you need to send, you don't have to go to the post office. Just log on to USPS.com. Pay postage, get insurance, print labels, and we'll pick them up for free.
Shh, I'm at the post office.
Just one more way the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Noisy brakes are never a welcome sound. That's why there are Wagner Thermoquiet brake pads. The patented sound insulator dissipates heat and vibration to assure quiet, effective stopping power. So at least your brakes will be quiet. Insist on Wagner Thermoquiet from the world leader in brake pads.
Oh, no.
You were the chosen one!
PG-13.
These gardens have the most exquisite Venus flight.
Oh, he likes you.
Go where you want with your free weekend from Avis.
Did you know this geyser has 16,000 pounds of water pressure?
16,500, son! Now rent for a week and get a free weekend to use later. Find our lowest prices at avis.com.
Edgar, I shall take the voice of this lovely woman.
This is Trump?
And put it into this damn head.
Why?
To tell the world the benefits of Aflac with sex appeal.
Brilliant, sir!
I know. Now throw the switch.
If you're hurt and can't work, Aflac can help pay your bills with cash.
Genius! And her? Aflac!
Welcome back to Houston, Texas on TNT. This is Game 6. The Dallas Mavericks lead the series 3-2. Dallas trying to close out the Rockets. Some of the highlights in the first half.
Well, the energy of Mike James. He came in firing 5 of 8, 13 points. 24 points by their bench. Ryan Bowen gave him a nice lift, and then Tracy McGrady at the end of the half. This is a spectacular finish for the Rockets gave them a real high going in. Jason Terry did knock down a 3 to cut into that lead before halftime. But Kevin, you look at the numbers, the Rockets shooting at 53%. The only area they're getting beat in really is at the 3-point line. Points in the paint big, second chance points, points off turnovers. Now they have got to take that surge from the second quarter and come right out and bring it with the third quarter.
He had a 20-point swing in that second quarter at one point. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Mavericks felt like it could be worse. You know, that three-pointer by Terry before the end of the half was huge for them. They stopped attacking the basket late in the first half, and they think that cost them. They got into a half-court game, and that is Houston's game, obviously. And expect to see some of Darrell Armstrong in the second half. If Mike James gets going again, the Mavericks want an experienced guy coming in off the bench to try and cool them down, guys.
So that is our Dodge game summary. In that second quarter, Doug, the Houston Rockets outscored the Dallas Mavericks 34-19. And the Rockets 34 points, the highest scoring quarter of the series.
Yeah, their second highest scoring was the fourth quarter of Game 5 when they had 32. It's interesting. I thought this was going to be a defensive series. The Rockets actually have stayed in this series by playing very good offense. They're going to have to find a way tonight to get some defensive stops. And Kevin, Jeff Van Gundy is going back to his starting lineup. Bobby Sura, Scott Padgett on the floor, along with Tracy McGrady, David Wesley, and Yao Ming. Yao Ming attempted only 3 shots in that first half in 15 minutes. He has got to give them a big second half. It was Tracy McGrady in the first half with Mike James. They need Yao Ming's presence inside, or they will not win this game.
So starting the second half, Wesley, Sura, Padgett, Yao, and McGrady, the Houston 5. And T-Mac with the game-high 19. Dampier Nowitzki with Howard and Jason Terry and Michael Finley, the Dallas 5, to start the third quarter. Dirk Nowitzki guarded by McGrady. Rebound by Dampier, who looked to be shoving off of Yao.
Again, the only thing he's done in this series is get some offensive rebounds. That's actually 21 offensive rebounds now in the series, so he is giving his team some extra possessions.
Yao is down, Howard is open, and Josh Howard nails a 2. He's playing with 3 fouls, and that is a concern with Jeff Van Gundy on the Houston sideline.
Well, Bobby Sura has got to get himself going. He was flu-ridden, actually was in the hospital for Game 5, had IVs. Doesn't look to be himself tonight, but he's got to will himself to some success here. As we see Yao Ming in the paint. Kevin, he's got to get more touches down there. Dampier cannot guard him, nor can Nowitzki. He's got to demand the basketball.
Dallas has won 3 straight games in this series. There is a Padgett foul. After the Houston Rockets, Doug, won the first 2 games of the series on the road in Dallas at the American Airlines Center. Dallas has come back with a variety of stars, namely Jason Terry, to take this series 3-2 into this Game 6.
Well, Game 3, that 20-0 run to give it a 2-1 game, and then in Game 4, a 15-5 finish to even the series and get the home court back, and then the win in Game 5 to give them 1 game from moving on.
Missed by Howard, and Sura takes it the other way. Sura playing with a bad knee, bad back. In fact, he was in the hospital earlier this week before Game 5 because of the flu. This is Wesley for 2. Finley for 3. McGrady. Tracy McGrady. They're knocked away, and Dampier with some good Dallas defense. Sura, and there's Howard, and Sura tangled up.
Sura was just waiting. He thought Josh Howard got 2 shots in on Yao Ming in the first half. And actually, Bob Sura was back. It was a 1-on-4 fast break. There was no place for Josh Howard to go. And watch Sura, he takes his foul. He's got 3 teammates back with him. This was a message foul right there. Like, okay, you know what? You had your shots at Yao Ming in the first half. I'm going to let you know that we're here and we're not going to go down without a fight. Bobby Sura, it got a lot of grit and toughness. And you know what? He might not be himself, Kevin. You talked about all the injuries and about the IVs and the flu and stuff. This guy will compete. I think they're going to call it a flagrant foul. And or was it a technical? So because Nowitzki's
15.
Technical, so Nowitzki shooting the free throw.
Sure, sporting a little black eye from an earlier encounter in this series, as you see. And Nowitzki hits it. Both teams are 8 of 11 shooting free throws tonight. And Dallas will inbound the ball.
It's going to be some kind of finish. Can Houston find a way to get back to Dallas? Dallas would not like to see them anymore this season.
Nowitzki losing it and then reeling it back in. The shot clock is down to 5. Dampier and Finley for 3. Big time shot by Michael Finley. He's got 7.
How about this series? The Mavericks shooting the 3 48%.
And McCready for 3 at the other end, who matches the shot by Finley.
And they're shooting 43% from 3. Normally in the playoffs, those threes stop not going in under pressure. Not in this series. Teams are shooting the ball so well from the perimeter.
Terry wheeling in. Howard tried to slam, and Dampier gets another offensive rebound, which you've talked about the entire series.
Dribble penetration. Big men come over to help, and then there's no one on the backside to rebound the basketball.
Terry goes down, and Sura goes in. Dampier grabs the ball. Dampier playing a better game tonight. 7 rebounds. Terry, Dampier, and Finley.
See, I still think they got to throw the ball inside to Yao Ming. They've got to give him some touches.
That's a 3-point miss by Nowitzki. It's a rebound by Yao, who gets only his 2nd rebound tonight.
I tell you, if I'm him right now, I'm demanding the basketball. I want the ball in the lane. I want to catch. I want to finish.
McCready to Yao. Defended well by Dampier and Nowitzki.
Looks like he's very tired already here. This is a very fast pace. Yao Ming looks like he's tired coming out of this 3rd quarter.
Finley gets away from Wesley. He's a pretty good perimeter defender. That's a nice move by Finley, who now has 9. And Dallas closes to within 2. And there's a steal. Terry to the trailing Nowitzki into Paget, and down it goes, and we are tied just like that.
Well, Bobby Sura was going to get a timeout. Jeff Van Gundy said, I want a timeout, and Jason Terry pressured him and turned the ball over. They've got to get it across here. They're going to get a violation.
And they get it by 1 second instead of the 8-second violation, so 17 seconds in the shot clock. Dallas has a 6-0 run, and they've come back to tie.
Well, Dallas has come roaring out. I think that big 3 that David Aldridge talked about, that Jason Terry had kept them afloat, and they are right back in this game.
Mine's got a window.
Mine too.
Business travelers, we got you something. Southwest has new leather seats and roomier cabins for more comfortable flights.
Yeah, I love leather.
You are now free to move about the country.
Here we go.
Hey, you guys need a tow?
Sure.
Best friends, you're there when I need you. Best friends, you know I'm there for you.
Dodge Ram. It's everything you've ever dreamed of. In one powerful truck.
Man, that was sweet. For you. You can ride in the truck next time.
Moms, they have so much to deal with. That's why they really deserve an extra cool Mother's Day gift from Radio Shack. Mom will be the talk of the block with this new Sprint PCS Vision Picture Phone PM8200 by Sanyo. Buy one for just $59.99 and get one free with 2-year agreements. No wonder Radio Shack sells more wireless phones than any other consumer electronics retailer. Yes, for all Mom has to put up with, she's worthy of the best this year. From Radio Shack, we make it easy.
How's your salad?
You?
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 Not.
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 Yeah? So we got and you got
Try Wendy's new Mediterranean chicken salad, a bold blend of herb-seasoned chicken, crumbled feta, and grape tomatoes made fresh throughout the day. For a salad that's anything but come to Wendy's. It's better here.
The 2005 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light. Taste the cold. And by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge.
We've had 9 ties and 5 lead changes in this game.
You can see Yao Ming is so concerned about fouling. He pulls away at the last minute here to stay out of foul trouble. And it's what happens now. You've got the chain reaction. Guys going to the boards. Eric Dampier gets his 4th offensive rebound. Tonight he has more offensive rebounds in this series than defense. And Yao Ming right now has 6 points. Eric Dampier has 6. If Dampier plays him even, the Rockets have no chance to win this game. This is what dribble penetration does. They shoot almost 30 free throws, open threes. It leads to help defense, 49% from 3. He's got 22 offensive rebounds, and you get Yao in foul trouble. He has 26 fouls. So it's like a chain reaction when you let guys get in the lane. But Yao Ming cannot allow Dampier to play him even, or the Rockets will go home today.
Dampier right now with 6 and 7 rebounds, and the Rockets are shooting 49%. And that's a good-looking three-point shot put in by Paget.
The starters have to help the Rockets today. Sura has struggled, Paget has struggled, Wesley, it's been the bench, but this team has to help their bench.
That's a Finley 2, a rebound by Bob Sura. Dallas is shooting 46%. Foul. It's on Josh Howard. Oh, make it Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki picks up his 2nd.
It's so noisy in here that Tracy McGrady could not hear his teammates yelling that Nowitzki was coming in from behind. Kevin, the starters, what I was talking about, have got to play well here. Jeff Van Gundy does not want to go to his bench this quickly.
That was a 3-point miss by Tracy McGrady. Rebound by Yao Ming.
Let Yao Ming get a touchdown on the post, get him on the move. He's got to catch the ball and be a threat.
Here's McGrady in the Dampier. Rebound by Dirk Nowitzki. And Dirk has collected 9 rebounds with his 14 points and slashes inside with a foul. McGrady and Yao were there defended. And the foul goes on Tracy McGrady.
Well, you heard Charles and Kenny talking at halftime about Dirk Nowitzki falling in love with his jumper and shooting it too much. Well, now he's starting to attack that basket. This will be his 8th and 9th free throws of the game. He had shot 50 going into today's game, so that's been a big part of what he's doing in the first half. Sort of floating out on that floor, shooting the jumper, now starting to get himself in that paint.
You can see the playoff free throw leaders, and Dirk is right there, and Paul Pierce of Boston on top in that category. In these playoffs, Doug, he's scoring 3 less points, shooting 8% less from the floor, and averaging 3 less rebounds a game.
Well, I thought last game was the first game where he had a total game. He's had some games where he scored, but he had 13 rebounds and 4 steals in game 5. So he helped his team in a lot of other areas rather than just points.
Catch by Sura and a wild pass by Paget. Each team's led by 10. McGrady. Jason Terry's got 7 points. He has been one of the stars of this series. Dampier screen. Terry to Finley. Shot clock is down to 4. Dampier over Yao.
Eric Dampier off the glass. 8 points in this game. By far his best offensive effort.
Looks like that little
Avery Johnson
session that you were talking about earlier in the broadcast with the coach paid off.
Yeah, Avery Johnson said he did not deserve a day off yesterday. He came in and worked out with the head coach. The other guys were rested.
Paget against Nowitzki. Now we're setting the screen. There's a Dampier screen. Howard to the rack, and a great play by Josh Howard.
He went away from the screen as the Rockets jumped to try to trap him. He went away from the screen, and then there was no help there. So a nice read by Josh Howard.
Rockets have hit 4-3.
There you go. Get him in the post. Throw him the ball. Let him go to work. You got to keep him involved. You can't let him go 5-6 minutes at a time without catching the ball on the offensive end. It's discouraging, but he's got to want it. Got to tell his teammates, throw me the ball.
He's only taken 6 shots.
He's got to take 15 or 16.
Dallas is at 5 threes tonight. 5 of 10. It's Dirk Nowitzki for 2. Rockets are +3 in rebounding tonight.
Go back to Yao Ming once again. Let him get deep post position and throw him the ball.
McGrady against Howard. And the foul, number 4 on Josh Howard.
When he catches it in here, there's no way anybody can defend this. He's too big. Right over the top, he's got the soft shooting touch. Kevin, the thing that worries me right now about Tracy McGrady is he's spending so much energy right now to keep his team in the game. Come fourth quarter, how much is he going to have in the tank? This is why he's got to use Yao Ming during these stretches to help him so he can have that kind of energy to be the closer today.
And that's the biggest difference with these two teams. Dallas has got the extended bench, and really the two main features are McGrady and Yao of the Houston Rockets. Check out NBA TV for highlights, breaking news, press conferences, and behind-the-scenes action during the entire postseason. NBA TV, your home for complete playoff coverage.
And I know what Tracy McGrady's got on his mind. You know, we're going to go down today. I'm going to go down shooting. But he's got to make sure he allows Yao Ming to help him so that he once again can put the finishing touches on the game like he did the first 2 games.
Stackhouse is in for the first time in the second half and works here against David Wesley. Stackhouse hit the first 6 shots. He has now missed 4 straight. McGrady. Rebound by Stackhouse. A 3 by Finley is short and picked up by Finley. And they'll reset the offense. Long shots mean long rebounds. All 5 guys have to go to the board. You cannot leak out early. Terry's got 7. Sur is on him. Into Dampier, picked up by Terry on the fumbled pass. Nowitzki for 3. Rebound by Yao Ming. He's got 5.
Rockets were lucky on that possession. They gave him 3 point-blank shots.
Paget for 3. Dampier clutches onto his 8th rebound with 8 points.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki struggling a little bit again tonight from the floor. 4 of 14, 9 of 22 in Game 5.
Dallas has missed 5 straight. Dampier, there's a 3-second violation.
That's because Dampier didn't shoot the ball. When on the penetration, he had an open shot, so Dirk Nowitzki was waiting for the offensive rebound. You saw Dampier say, I should have shot the ball. You're shooting the ball well tonight. You've made all 4 shots. Go up and take that shot.
They want to take out McGrady and put in Barry, but they were too late on the substitution, Doug, I think. Yep, McGrady's got to stay in the game when they wanted to bring him out.
I'm sure he's trying to get him 3 minutes here because you've got a 5-point lead. You're playing with a cushion, so you give him a little time to rest going into that 4th quarter.
McGrady with the drive on Dampier and into Yao. There have been so many, and I think you alluded to this earlier, but so many passes by McGrady to teammates that they just have not been able to handle.
And what happens is, you know, Tracy says, you know, you're fumbling my passes, and I might as well go ahead and shoot it. You see the frustration here on his face. 3 or 4 times he's penetrated. His teammates have dropped passes. He's got to stay with them, though, and continue to trust them.
I'm Chris Alexander.
I'm Joe Lay.
I'm Lisa Adelsberger.
And I'm proud to work at Anheuser-Busch.
The only major American brewery that's still American-owned.
Because when profits stay in the U.S.,
so does your money.
And because all of us believe
that the greatest country in the world deserves the best beer in the world.
Why do the employees of Anheuser-Busch work so hard to make the world's finest beer?
Because I am an owner.
I'm an owner.
I'm an owner.
This is America's beer. This is Anheuser-Busch.
Whoa. Oh. The all-new Dodge Dakota.
Nice, yeah.
With affordable V8 power.
This is gonna look great in our bedroom. You are such an...
And the most overall interior room.
wonderful man.
The best place to watch your favorite
favorite college teams? Sports Pack, only from DirecTV. Over 25 specialty and regional sports networks no true sports fan should be without. Sports Pack from DirecTV, just $12 or less per month. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
Who decides what the next big thing in TV is? Who judges which innovations bring TV to the next level? The answer is easy. You do. DirecTV never stops looking for ways to bring you the best TV possible. Maybe that's why we've been ranked #1 in customer satisfaction 3 years running. Putting our customers first. Just another example of how DirecTV is rethinking the way television should be.
With the Houston Rockets leading by 5 late third quarter, time for the Around the Gatorade Cooler Report with our David Aldridge. DA?
Guys, we got 3 NBA champions sitting here. Clyde Drexler sitting next to Elvin Hayes. And Clyde, obviously you won a championship with the Rockets here. The emotions of trying to avoid being closed out. What do you think they're going through over there?
They're going through a whole lot. Every possession counts. It's up to them what determines the fate of this game. It's in their building. They have the momentum. They got to close out the Mavericks, take it to game 7, and it's anybody's ball game.
What do you think McGrady's going through? He has to guard Nowitzki, guard Finley, and also score 30.
And he's doing a great job of it.
Clyde, you're on the Legends Tour, the Destination Finals Tour with Elvin Hayes and Moses Malone. Tell us how that's going.
Destination Finals. It's the culmination of the NBA playoffs. It doesn't get any better because we get to go around the country, interact with our great fans, and talk about the game of basketball. Let me tell you something. The playoffs are where legends are born.
Elvin, you're an old bullet. What do you think of the Wizards doing right now?
Well, I'm really proud of them. I watched them the other night, and they gave away a 22-point lead and came back, and won it in the last few seconds. And so they are playing really great. I'm glad basketball playoffs have come back to Washington.
All right, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game. Back to Kevin.
All right, 2.5 to play in this third quarter. A third personal foul was just put on Dampier. Bowen is in and into Yao, and held by Dampier. But also Jason Terry was leaning in, and they give it to Dampier, who's now got 4.
Kevin, we had a great scene after Tracy McGrady had thrown the ball to Yao Ming and he had dropped the pass. Watch Tracy over here just putting his arms around him and just encouraging him how much he's going to need him at the end of this game to help him close it out. That's leadership. When you have a young guy like that who goes over to his partner, you see tonight, again, Yao Ming has got to get it done in the fourth quarter to help Tracy to try to help get this game back to game 7. It's an important 2.5 minutes here to try to finish this period with McGrady resting in a 5-point lead.
26 points by McGrady, leading all scores. This is Yao. Rebound by Marquise Daniels. He's out there with Stackhouse, Finley, Terry, and Dirk Nowitzki. It's the Dallas 5. Yao, Bowen, Wesley, Sura, and Berry for Houston. Sherry Stackhouse with a great move inside.
Once he gets that left shoulder inside you and he can drive with that right hand, he's so powerful. Loves to spin back and finish, as you saw in that play.
So as Dallas gets their first field goal in 3.5 minutes, they're shooting 44%. Houston shooting 48%. And Sura with 8 seconds on the shot clock watches a whistle blow down low away from the ball. And it's going to go on Yao for the 3rd time.
We've seen him commit this same foul 3 times in the playoffs in the same position on the floor. Watch what happens now. Watch his off arm as he gets it up right there. And the minute he gets that and sort of pushes away, that's going to be an automatic foul on the offensive end. You're not allowed to dislodge with your off arm.
Nowitzki did a good job trying to hold it down and then the catapult the other way.
And McGrady is back in. He only got about a 2-minute rest. Jeff Van Gundy knows how important to finish this quarter is.
Darrell Armstrong is in for the first time in the game. Stackhouse. And he just coughed the ball up himself. He just, the dribble drive lost it. And the turnovers now 10 for Dallas, 12 for the Houston Rockets.
The bench is in, and this is where the Rockets thrived in the first half. John Barry played well. Mike James. Wesley's out there with Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady.
McGrady against Nowitzki. The alley-oop for Yao. Foul on Nowitzki.
Did you see how much softer that pass was, though? Instead of throwing it in the lane with speed on it, he floated it at the basket. Watch him. He gets hung in the air, and he's hanging, and at the last second, he sort of floats, and he said, I got to count on my 7'6" center who's being able to go up and get that. Now, free throws, Kevin. We talked about game 5. Yao Ming missed 5 free throws in the fourth quarter. McGrady 3. They were 8 of 16. Jerry Stackhouse with a technical. So an opportunity here to step up and make 3 free throws to push this lead now up to 6.
So Wesley hits his. He's now 2 of 2. Yao is at the line, 2 of 4. And Doug, you bring up some interesting numbers in that fourth quarter free throw shooting by Yao and Tracy McGrady both.
Well, they were 20 of 30 the other night. They missed 10, but 8 of them were in the fourth quarter. And they lose a 1-possession game. That free throw shooting under pressure.
Pretty easy math.
And Yao Ming, normally an 80% free throw shooter, has now missed 3 here in the game today. He is 2 of 5. You know, it gets mental. It's like missing short putts in golf. You know, you start the first hole and you miss a short putt, and you don't want any of those putts the rest of the day. It haunts you.
It's a bad time for him to be in a funk. Armstrong, Stackhouse picked up by Wesley. Daniels at the screen. Stackhouse around Yao. What a play! Oh, wipe it away. Travel by Stackhouse.
Jerry's trying
almost sensational.
Jerry's trying to do a little bit too much. He was so good in the first half, playing within the framework of what they're doing. He's so fired up here to help his team. He's playing a little bit too fast. And there is Darrell Armstrong. You heard David Aldridge say at halftime they wanted him to play against Mike James, and here we see that matchup.
Each team is led by 10. Finley into McGrady.
You know what?
Michael Finley has got 11 points in 29 minutes, but 7 of those have come in this third quarter. Yeah, that's a rejection by Dirk Nowitzki, who continues to play well. And here comes Dallas, a difference of about 4 seconds, game clock to shot clock.
You saw Yao had no lift on that play. He caught the ball and could not jump. I don't know if that's fatigue or if he was just in an awkward position.
No fouls to give either way. Nowitzki, he is 4 of 14. Finley is 5 of 10, and now he betters that. And Michael Finley hits the 3. He's got 14. Dallas by 1. And Wesley into Nowitzki with the block shot. His second in a row. And Finley at the buzzer just grazes the iron. Dirk Nowitzki with a terrific end to the third quarter.
Momentum on the side of Dallas as once again they go into the fourth quarter. This is a poised, confident team. Remember, they were down 0-2. They had lost twice at home. They have the look of a winner right now in their eyes.
Joe, you're glad we got the Durango, right?
Of course.
And you liked all the money we saved when we bought it, right?
Got us a bigger boat.
And you like all the room and the ride?
Sure.
Oh, and how about the Hemi engine and the DVD player and the hands-free cell? Then why won't you use the navigation system?
I'm not lost.
Dodge Durango.
This is starting to look familiar.
It's a lot of great stuff for a great price.
My grandson wants to be an astronaut. So he has a telescope and is hooked up to his computer. Andromeda? We saw it. The rings of Saturn, the Cat's Eye Nebula. I didn't know it was there, but we saw it. We just type in the name of a star, and off we go, just like astronauts.
Start something cosmic. Start anything you like. Choose from a world of software and devices that run on Windows.
Nokia 9300. Starting this summer, pack everything, but still travel light.
We're in the second period of extra time. It's been a grueling match for both teams. Shad chases the ball. Ramos takes the throw.
longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart. That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5-electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
Hey, Angie. Going to the post office?
Post office?
Angie, post office, 3 seconds.
No matter how many packages you need to send, you don't have to go to the post office. Just log on to USPS.com. Pay postage, get insurance, print labels, and we'll pick them up for free.
Shh, I'm at the post office.
Just one more way the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
From the fastest and strongest to the most capable and most powerful. Dodge Ram trucks. Matched by none, envied by all.
Come on, man, floor it!
With the Houston Rockets facing elimination, we start the fourth quarter. Dallas leads by 1. Rockets led by 5 late in the third. Doug, the fourth quarter has decided every game of this series so far.
And it's been the Rockets' offense. When they have shot the ball well, you've seen they average over 28.5 points a game, shot 64%, 77% from the line in the wins. And look at the losses. They have not been able to make shots. So going in, will their offense be good enough to finish? And look at Tracy McGrady in the 2 wins. 55% in the fourth quarter, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and the 3 losses, 27%, 5 for 10. You got to throw fatigue out of the way right now. You've got to trick yourself. You got 12 minutes here to try to get to a game 7 where anything might happen.
Rockets led by 5 with 4.5 to play in the third. Dallas closes out the third quarter on a 7-1 run. Finley, Daniels, Stackhouse with it. Nowitzki's got it. Armstrong. That is the Dallas 5. McGrady is on Nowitzki and pokes it away with the shot clock at 8. Quickly to David Aldridge.
Guys, you mentioned Tracy McGrady. He talked about this yesterday, how he is tired in the fourth quarters of games. He does feel the fatigue, but he thinks if it's one possession or one play, that mentally he can overcome it and get through it.
Nowitzki over McGrady. Rebound by Mutombo out there with McGrady, James, Barry, and Wesley.
David, it's going to not be one play tonight. He's going to need 12 minutes here. He's got to play this whole fourth quarter and take this team with him.
Houston missed their last 5 shots of the third quarter. James for 3. Now they've missed 6 straight, and we're approaching a minute gone here in the fourth.
Mike James now 0 of 9 from the three-point line in this series. Jerry Stackhouse misses the jumper.
Barry for 2.
The bench has been the energy for the Rockets today. Their starters have not played well. They're going to need Barry, Wesley, James, Tracy McGrady, give Yao Ming a little rest, come in from Mutombo. Those are going to have to be the closers today if the Rockets are going to win this game.
That was Houston's first field goal in over 6 minutes, dating back to the last stages of the third quarter. Marquise Daniels over Mutombo.
He's got that matchup because Mutombo's not going to go out on him. You know, Mutombo has to play a smaller player because McGrady is playing against Nowitzki. So that puts Mutombo on one of their wing players.
Each team is led by 10. Dallas led at the end of the first quarter by 8. Houston led at halftime by 7. Dallas takes a 1-point lead into this fourth, and they lead now by 1. McGrady with the defender falling. That is a 3, but McGrady was poked in the eye. Look at the hustle of John Barry.
And Mike James coming over to lift him up. These 2 guys are like the Energizer Bunny right now. They are not going to stop.
Tracy McGrady has put in a game-high 29 points, 16 by Nowitzki and Stackhouse leading Dallas.
Michael Finley very upset. He felt like that Dikembe Mutombo moved on that screen to free up Tracy McGrady for that jumper.
They bring Mutombo out guarding Daniels. Nowitzki, they snap it over to Finley for 3. McGrady with the rebound. He's collected 6. Screen by Mutombo. Berry on the fly. Fouled. And Finley grabbed him and draws it for the Dallas Mavericks.
Boy, you got to love what the Rockets bench is doing. Dallas' bench has been so good over the last 3 games with Jerry Stackhouse and Marquise Daniels. And the energy they have brought. Today, it's been the Rockets bench that has been terrific.
Berry at the line. And this is first trip tonight. It's a 3-point Houston lead. Pacers and Celtics game 7. And if necessary, Dallas-Houston game 7. Saturday on TNT.
Kevin, we kept that red hot rod that we've been showing in case game 7. You and I'll be scooting down the road again. We've been all over these Texas highways having a lot of fun.
A lot of armadillos. Nowitzki picked up by McGrady. Shot clock is at 8. Nowitzki to Daniels, rejected by Mutombo. Picked up by Daniels. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. Look at the strong Mutombo losing a shot clock violation. How about the hustle of 37-year-old Dikembe Mutombo?
This is the loudest I've heard this building all season long. It has not been a great home court. They're only 25-16 at home. In fact, they have the worst record of all the Western Conference playoff teams at home. They have lost both games here. They do not want to go down a 3rd time.
This is Mike James out of Duquesne. And McGrady in the shot clock at 13, approaching 9 to play in the 4th.
Guess what? High screen roll.
And there it is. Berry for 3. You were looking, Doug, for another Rocket to step up. What about John Berry with 7 in this 4th quarter for Houston?
I said Tracy McGrady needs help. He can't look to shoot on every possession. This is where experience comes in. John Berry starts to celebrate with the signal and says, not today. We've lost 3 in a row. We got to get this one.
What's this? That's a blade. Blade? What's a blade? Blade's a server. This is a server? That's a server. Where's all the stuff? Stuff? What stuff? The plugs, the cables, you know. In the Blade Center? Blade Center? Where you put the blades. What's a blade? You're messing with me, right?
Highly simplified, affordable IBM eServer Blade Center with Intel Xeon processors.
Damn! Before they made it, they made this.
Popped a boner.
In living color, own season 3 Tuesday.
Armor All. Put it on, and it's always there. It's strong protection.
Executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television present a 6-week television event, Into the West, starting June 10th only on TNT.
Now you can get in great shape, build muscle, and you can do it fast. All you have to do is dial it up. Turn up the results with the Bowflex Select Tech free weight system. Now you can dial up the weight you want, anywhere from 5 to 52.5 pounds on one single dumbbell. Want 15 pounds? Just turn the dial to 15 and start lifting. Ready for 40? All it takes is the turn of a dial. Now you can get powerful biceps, a sexy core, even chiseled legs in an easy 30-minute workout. Call now to order your Bowflex Select Tech free weight system for no money down and payments of just $9 a month. Order now, and we'll include this free DVD, Secrets of the 4-Step Rep, that teaches you perfect free weight technique. It's time to turn up your results. Call and get your Bowflex Select Tech for just $9 a month.
was another spectacular finish presented by Armor All White. The Hall of Famer Drexler is here. Alvin Hayes and Moses Malone. What a trio. We are in the fourth quarter with Doug Collins and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. The Mavericks led by 1. Houston has gone on an 8-0 run the last minute and 20 seconds. And look at the scoring distribution for the Rockets.
Well, that's what I talked about. McGrady playing well. The rest of the starters struggling with the bench today. 31. They've outscored the Mavericks bench 31-19. And Jerry Stackhouse has 16 of those 19 points.
Dallas is shooting 44%. Nowitzki is 4 of 15. Rebound by Tracy McGrady. Rockets trail Dallas by a rebound. Perry. John Perry has put in 10 points in this fourth quarter. The Rockets have their second 10-point lead tonight.
And then amazing, Kevin, when that ball goes in the basket, how beautiful the game is.
It's Stackhouse defended by Wesley with 6 to shoot. Stackhouse nails it, and Wesley draws the foul.
A lot of basketball left in this game, Kevin. It's what you and I were talking about during that timeout. Rockets cannot start celebrating here. This Maverick team so explosive. Jerry Stackhouse going down on that low block where he loves to operate. Loves that little spinning baseline jump shot over his right shoulder. A foul by Wesley. Stackhouse's three-point play opportunity, trying to keep his team within 7.
Stackhouse hits his first free throw tonight. Approaching 8 to play. Houston from the floor shooting 49%. They've hit 7 threes. McGrady for 3. And Stackhouse with an athletic rebound and galloping the other lane. Tagged by Wesley defensively. Nowitzki for 3. Big shot by Dirk Nowitzki.
See, transition. McGrady is trying to get to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's not guarding McGrady. It's hard for McGrady to get over to him because Mutombo is being guarded by Nowitzki. So those cross matches are very tough to deal with on fast break opportunities.
Each team has hit 7 threes. McGrady throws it away. It's Michael Finley. Around McGrady by Berry and tapped up and in by Jerry Stackhouse. It's a 2-point game just like that.
Kevin, I said a lot of game left to be played. Cannot celebrate. You got to play through to the finish.
8-0 run by Dallas. Mike James into Nowitzki.
Mike James got another gear today he's playing in.
Each team is led by 10. McGrady's 29 leading all scorers.
Now Jason Terry's hit a lot of big baskets. This guy as well. I don't like that shot by Dirk. Too quick on that 3.
Well, there's a 5th foul on Josh Howard as he was tangling with Mutombo on the rebound.
All this is being done with Yao Ming on the bench. Mutombo has given them a nice lift. James has been excellent.
Mutombo has grabbed 7 rebounds, Doug.
John Berry and Wesley, they got 3 excellent shooters on the floor with McGrady and a guy Mike James that can penetrate.
We talked about shooting efficiency, fourth quarter efficiency, 5 of 7 Houston in this fourth quarter. Tracy McGrady buries a 3. And it's back to a Houston 7-point lead.
Make that 6 of 8 now, Kevin. 75%. When the Rockets have won, they've shot lights out in the quarter. You saw that graphic to start our fourth quarter here today.
On the brink of elimination, the Rockets battling the Dallas Mavericks. The drive by Nowitzki, and that is a foul. And it goes on John Berry for the first time. There is no Rocket with more than 3 fouls. There is one Maverick with 5, and that is Howard.
You know, Kevin, it's interesting. Both games that the Rockets have lost here at home, it was an 88-81 game, 88-82 the other. It's that margin right there where they've sort of collapsed at the end.
Great note, Doug. That's a block by Mutombo. And you talk about Mutombo's presence taking the place of Yao. He may not have scored any points. He's got 2. But his 7 rebounds, his presence inside, have been invaluable by Houston.
Well, he's forced Dallas into a jump shooting game. He's not letting that small lineup penetrate and get to the basket.
James fouled by Howard, and he's gone.
Josh Howard's going to get a technical for throwing his mouthpiece, I think. We'll see if he gets it.
He throws his mouthpiece and dejectedly hits to the Dallas sideline.
I don't know if they gave him a technical or just a sixth foul. Watches his mouthpiece. In dejection, he throws towards the bench. You cannot give points away right now on the road as you're trying to come back. There's the bump. You see the mouthpiece goes flying. Mike James is putting all kinds of pressure on the perimeter defense of the Mavericks.
You know, no one enjoys the drama and the excitement of the NBA playoffs more than I do. But sometimes I miss the dead bodies.
See Law and Order tomorrow night, starting at 7 on TNT.
I really love that show.
When it comes to food, you need a light beer that measures up. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi.
Destroy the Sith. We must.
Rated PG-13.
Come on, you can do it. Just 30 seconds of Listerine. Think of all the germs you're killing. Listerine even kills the germs that can cause plaque and gingivitis. See? You can handle it. Germs can't. Listerine. Worth the time, every time.
Honey, I got that dessert you like, and look what else I got. Honey? Kids, relax. It's natural citrus Listerine. It's less intense.
Introducing less intense natural citrus Listerine. You can handle it. Germs can't.
Last Sprite.
That's mine! Hey, dog, follow that Sprite.
How's the burger? Good.
Oh, wait, where you going? You cheated! Show him on my toes!
How do we get more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs? By spending 150 years perfecting our craft. Now that calls for a cold one. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call.
The 2005 NBA playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by IBM. Making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world. By Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. By Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. And by Sprite and Thirst, reminding you to obey your thirst.
The Rockets by 7 with 5:56 to go in the fourth. I'm going to talk to him about cross-matching, what I mean by this. This is Dirk Nowitzki, and he's guarding Mutombo. So when the shot goes up, McGrady wants to guard Nowitzki. And if you stop it right here, you're going to see as this guy leaks out, McGrady has to get back with him. That means Mutombo now has to play Nowitzki. Mutombo wants to get back into the paint and block shots. So as the ball is pushed up the floor, his tendency is to go into the lane, and it leaves Nowitzki open. That's what I was talking about, cross-matching. When McGrady is playing Nowitzki, Nowitzki's not playing McGrady. The advantage then when Dallas has in the open floor.
9 lead changes in 9 ties. Under 6 to play in regulation. McGrady's got a game-high 32 over Stackhouse. Jason Terry is in with Finley, Nowitzki, Dampier, and Stackhouse. That is the Dallas 5. Mutombo remains in for Yao. Barry, James, McGrady, and Wesley, the Houston 5. Stackhouse over Wesley. Picked up Terry for 3. Rebound by Wesley. Houston is on a 7-0 run.
I think the substitution with Dampier back in the game helps Houston. Now Mutombo can guard Dampier, and you've got Nowitzki now playing David Wesley. Look for him looking for open shots.
John Barry. Nowitzki picks it up. He's got a double-double, and Terry streaking the other way. Finley, Dampier, and Terry launching from 3. Rebound offensively by Stackhouse against Mutombo. Dampier tapping it up. Mutombo drops it inside.
The Kempe tell him, slow it up. I'm getting a little tired here. Let me get down on the floor. What a nice job that he's done in this fourth quarter.
They tie it up with a jump ball. You're watching Game 6 on TNT. Dallas leads this best-of-7 series 3-2. Mavericks trying to become the 3rd team ever to win a playoff series after losing the first 2 games at home. On the brink of elimination, the Houston Rockets. Doug, Houston has lost fourth-quarter leads in 2 straight home games. Will they lose this lead tonight?
Well, that's the $64,000 question. The big thing is going to be, can they keep making shots? Because that's why they have won in the fourth quarter. It has not been their defense. It has been their offense keeping them afloat. And interestingly enough, Rockets are one of the best defensive teams in the league, but the Mavericks just have so many ways they can attack you.
And they get the tip, and Barry inside. Picked up by Stackhouse, a Dampier foul, and down hard goes John Barry. Dampier picks up his 5th foul. They've already lost Josh Howard with 6. And Barry slowly gets up. At 35 years of age, he has seen a lot of games. He's taken a lot of punishment. But tonight, when they have needed another score, Barry has stepped up with 12 points off the bench.
You know, I see John Barry going to the basket. Last night we were in San Antonio. We saw Brent Barry. You must think of Rick Barry sitting at home watching his 2 sons playing playoff basketball. What joy that must bring to him. Rick, a Hall of Famer, a great champion in his own right.
This guy is money too at the free throw line.
There's nothing like watching your children compete. It's agony and it's joy all at the same time, because all you want to do is just make sure great things happen for them.
On the free throw line, the Rockets 15 of 20. Dallas 11 of 14. An 11-point lead by Houston is their biggest lead tonight. Trying to force a Game 7. Jason Terry smashing inside, rejected by Dikembe Mutombo. Wesley McCready for 3.
Look at that little fella. He's got enough poison in him to kill an elephant. That's right. An elephant.
Come back. You still have a few more minutes.
With my McGriddles and delicious coffee waiting for me, I can dream on.
When you think it's over, remember this. It hasn't even begun.
Every day, thousands of people are leaving their traditional jobs to work whenever and wherever they want.
9 years ago, I started a home business. Over $2 million later, I think I made the right decision.
Last year, I earned well over $150,000, and this year looks even better.
Yesterday, we earned over $8,000.
And these are just a few of the 7 million people who found their home business with the help of this free service. If you're thinking of starting a home business of your own, this website is the one you really need to visit.
I only work 3 days a week, and I'm up to $4,000 a month.
The extra income really helps.
I've averaged over $250,000 a year for over 9 years.
Our home-based business gives us the lifestyle we enjoy.
Over 7 million people can't be wrong. You owe it to yourself to check out this website. Log on now. Get started today.
Log on to 36biz.com and get started today. It's free, so log on to 36biz.com now. That's 36biz.com.
y'all step away from what you're doing?
No need to be a bitch about it.
If I like being called a bitch to my face, I'd still be married. Hi, Mama. Why does everyone think I'm so horrible? I warned you about lying. Thank you.
Big fourth quarters by Tracy McGrady with 11. John Barry with 12. And look at the fourth quarter series work of the Rockets in wins and in tonight's game.
Well, we talked about, Kevin. I mean, it's been their offense in fourth quarters when they've won tonight, 73%. How about Dikembe Mutombo? 8 rebounds, a couple block shots. That that finger, when it starts wagging, you know he's happy. Tracy McGrady follows by burying a 3. 9 of 16 for the Rockets from the three-point line tonight. Mavs 4 of 17 shooting in the fourth quarter. Remember, in game 1, they were 4 of 21 in the fourth quarter shooting.
Dallas cut the lead to 2, 82-80. Rockets have responded with a 12-0 run. And we hit the 4-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Stackhouse to Dirk Nowitzki, who is 5 of 19. Look at Mutombo again with his defense inside.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki felt that Mutombo knocked that ball out of the cylinder, that it should have been goaltending. Kevin, a couple other things in the Rockets defense, only 22 points in the paint for the Mavericks, but they've shot only 14 free throws. They've kept them off the line. They've been shooting 33 a game.
That's a foul on Dampier as he chops down James. Or they put it on. It is on Dampier, who becomes the second Dallas Maverick along with Josh Howard to foul out. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, you saw the finger wave at Dikembe Mutombo. He was asked in practice yesterday if he would bring the finger wave out. He said, I'll bring it out when we play Phoenix. And if you think that confidence is limited to Mutombo, I talked to a Rockets player who said, guess what? We're going to beat Dallas, and we'll beat Phoenix, too. And that was after game 1, guys.
That's a lot of confidence. With the foul out to Dampier, staying small, Dallas, Terrell Armstrong comes in.
Well, they've got to try to push the tempo now, start trapping, getting some steals, open up the game, penetrate kicks, start looking for some threes.
It's Nowitzki and Terry and Finley and Armstrong. Oh, John Barry deflects it out of bounds. The shot clock at 11. The Dallas Mavericks have it. For the game, they're shooting 40%, but Doug, they have missed 8 consecutive shots. And nothing for Avery Johnson's offense in 4 minutes from the field.
Well, you can see what's happened, too. As the Rockets have made shots, it's picked up their level of defensive intensity. When that ball goes in the basket, it gives you such confidence. There's those threes spreading the floor.
Nowitzki missing. And taken inside by Armstrong. Nowitzki drives inside. That's a foul, a double foul. Nowitzki and Wesley. That is a double foul. First of the series as the hard-charging Nowitzki, who is 5 of 21. Showing a little bit of frustration, or maybe it's going to go on Stackhouse.
Jerry Stackhouse and David Wesley fighting down on that low post. The stakes are high now, Kevin, with 3:09 to go. 16-point lead from the Rockets. It looks like we're heading back to Dallas and American Airlines Center, where you know those fans will be waiting, as these Rockets fans were here today, to cheer their team.
Wesley picks up his 4th. Stack is assessed his 1st. A frustrated Avery Johnson and Ed F. Rush with the discussion on the sideline.
Confidence is such a fleeting thing in this business. It'll be a jump ball. The Mavericks had all the confidence in the world coming into today. 3 straight wins. Rockets were reeling, 3 straight losses, 2 at home. To get this win today, now you throw it up for game 7. And it's anybody's game.
Game 7, where Houston has won 2 games in this series in Dallas. Armstrong and Terry, they rotate to Finley. This is a 3-point try. And it ricochets out of bounds. Doug, you were always so big on pre-game thoughts. Who will be the closer? You said Tracy McGrady has got to close this game out. He has got to be the Rocket closer. I think he has answered the bell. He has answered the question.
He has, and you know what happened? John Barry's play energized him. When he saw John Barry making those shots, you heard David Aldridge talk about fatigue, and yes, he could be tired in the fourth quarter, but he played through it. When you get a shot of adrenaline off your bench from a guy like John Barry and Mike James, Mutombo rebounding and blocking shots, it lifts you. And that's exactly what has happened in this fourth quarter. His teammates have lifted him, and it looks like he's going to take them down the road to Dallas.
Today, you're a super painter with the amazing Wagner Wide Shot Power Painter. Fast and neat. It lets you paint up to 12 inches wide in one pass. The Power Painter. One of the ways Wagner gives you more power, because there's always something that needs painting. Wagner. Paint fast. Paint smart.
Foot odor. There's a better way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The strongest Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
Armor All. Put it on, and it's always there. It's strong protection.
Tonight's closer of the game, who else? Tracy McGrady. Another 30-plus point performance, 37 to be exact. Hitting 14 shots, numerous threes. He's had 11 in this all-important fourth quarter. And don't miss TNT's new original series, The Closer. That's Mondays at 9, 8 Central. Starting June 13th on TNT with Doug Collins and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan, the Rockin' Toyota Center in downtown Houston, Texas. A 16-point Rocket lead. Dallas, Doug, has missed their last 11 shots from the floor.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki, 5 of 22 today, 9 of 22 in Game 5. And going into the series, he was shooting 38%. So the Rockets have done a nice job on him defensively. He did have his best game of the series in Game 5 when he had 13 rebounds and 4 steals. But he's 14 for 44 in the last 2 games, 1 of 8 in this quarter.
5 of 22 for the game, and Dallas gets ready on the defensive end to take on a Rocket team which is shooting 51% for the game from the field.
Devin Harris back in the game. He had a shaky 3 minutes. He turned the ball over twice his first stint, and then Avery Johnson went with Darrell Armstrong to play against Mike James.
2 Rockets in the backcourt, James to Barry. And Tracy McGrady over Stackhouse, and a rebound by Finley. Rebounding in the game, Dallas +3. Finley for 3. Rebound Mutombo, and falls out of bounds with the ball as he inhales his 9th rebound off the bench tonight.
I think they're going to give him a rebound and call traveling. They're going to give the ball. Dikembe sort of faked a little bit and he fell out of bounds. Did not get the call. So he will get the rebound and a turnover.
Dallas is shooting 38%.
Look who Dikembe's guarding. Dikembe's guarding Darrell Armstrong.
Stackhouse for 3.
The threes have gone dry now for Dallas.
And they've hit 7 of them, but 9 big-time threes by the Rockets. Look at James inside. Into Dirk Nowitzki, who draws the Dallas foul. Doug, the Rocket bench has been here. We know about McGrady. We know about Yao on an every-game basis, although tonight Yao has been quiet. It's been the bench, which has been absolutely spectacular in this Rocket win.
Well, look at the 2 wins. You saw it was James and Barry and what they brought off the bench. Mutombo, not so much his points, but his rebounding and his blocks tonight. 31 points from those 2 men. And again, with Bobby Sura struggling, not being himself, with Yao Ming being on the bench the whole period, actually, I did not think there was any way that if Yao Ming had 8 today and Dampier had 8 and they able to just sort of wash each other out, I didn't think the Rockets would win this game today. I was wrong with that, but I did not expect John Barry and Mike James to have the kind of games they've had in support of Tracy McGrady with a brilliant 37.
Well, let's just talk about James for a second. In Game 5, Doug, he had 16 points. Tonight, you mentioned, he's got 17. Here is a guy who began his pro career in Austria, played in France, played in the CBA. He was part of that Detroit Piston championship team. He's got the ring, as does, you know, so many players on so many teams sprinkled in these playoffs. But when you see it and you play alongside a guy that has been to the very top of the NBA ladder, that means something. And then he performs like this, 2 straight games. It's phenomenal.
And he's been terrific. And, you know, Kevin, I got to send a shout out here to Patrick Ewing. Patrick's not at the game today. I'm sure he's trying to watch his teammates. But Patrick lost his sister to a battle to cancer, and he's back at her funeral. I love Patrick and his family. He's a dear friend. And I know Jeff and the staff want to win this game today for him and send their love back to him and his family in this time of grief.
James has a playoff career high 19. Inside Armstrong, crashing hard. James with the rebound. Can you only imagine what Game 7 will be like, as you mentioned before, in Dallas on Saturday night? It will be rocking. Mavericks have gone 4 of 24 in this 4th quarter. And the 4th quarter has decided every game of this series. McGrady short, Mutombo inside, picked up by Dirk Nowitzki, his 13th rebound with his 19 points in a Dallas timeout.
20-second timeout, Dallas.
So we've got a couple of Game 7s coming up on TNT on Saturday night. We'll take you first to the Indiana-Boston game. That'll be in Boston, a Game 7 between the Celtics and the Pacers. Then we'll take you deep in the heart of Texas in Dallas on Game 7, the Mavericks and the Houston Rockets.
Kevin, was involved in 2 Game 7s when I was with the 76ers and the Boston Celtics, both in Boston Garden. We lost a 3-1 lead. Went to play Game 7 in Boston Garden. They won. Bird banked a shot in to win by 1. They went on to win the championship. Next year, lost a 3-1 lead again. Went in. We went into Old Boston Garden, and the fans had white sheets on their heads, and they were walking around the ghosts of Celtics past. They had Cousy, Heinz, and they were hovering over the bench, and Andrew Toney put on a spectacular show to win Game 7 on the road. It's an amazing environment when you play in those kind of situations.
Well, like I said, the first 2 games of this series were in Dallas and Houston. The road team won them both. But interestingly enough, we began this series with the road team winning the first 4 games. Now we've had 2 consecutive games where the home team has won.
Let's go defense.
Armstrong against Perry. Sean Bradley comes in for the first time in this game. Devin Harris. Marquise Daniels for 3. Another miss by Dallas.
See it, if you're Houston, you don't want to let them start making these shots. You want them to think about all these misses going into Game 7. Don't give them anything good to feel about the way they finished this game.
Ryan Bowen is in. Pageant is in for the Houston Rockets.
Ryan Bowen had a nice 11 minutes in the first half. 7 points and a nice job.
Armstrong to steal. And the 3. Daniels for 3.
Well, they have gone ice cold from that 3-point line after getting off to a decent start.
7 of 26 for the game, John.
Wow, 7 of 26.
I don't know how this series could get much better.
Well, you know, the trend was lost today. First time a team did not win the first quarter that they went on to win the game.
Count it for James.
Here's Mike James. He has been a man possessed today.
18-0 run by the Houston Rockets.
Remember now,
it's so interesting. You mentioned before that we've had some interesting scores, 88-80, 88-82, where big runs were made by Dallas and wins captured here by the Mavericks. Tonight it was 82-80 Houston. They go on this gigantic run. The score reflects that, and they're going to go to a Game 7. 17 straight misses. There's a foul. Barry on Devin Harris.
We're going to break that 19-0 run. Remember, a 20-0 run in Game 3, which actually turned the series back in the favor of the Mavericks. That was the best run ever in playoff basketball since the Spurs did it to the Mavericks. They had a 23-0 run a few years ago. So that 20-0 run was a spectacular finish that the Mavericks used to vault them to 3 consecutive victories.
That breaks a 19-0 Houston run. The first game was decided by 12 points. The last 4 games decided by a total of 13. A total of 13 points. But tonight, it will be the most one-sided win by either team in this exhilarating series.
Well, the one thing that Mavericks know is you don't accumulate the points. Can't take them with you. So the margin of victory means nothing right now when you start game 7.
12-second difference, game clock and shot clock, winding this one down. And a shot by Pageant, a rebound by Harris. And to think that Yao Ming was not even a factor in this game.
Did not even play a second in the 4th quarter. And I didn't think they could win without him having a good game today.
Sean Bradley. Henderson, that's it. We'll see you in Dallas for game 7 on Saturday night.
But mentally, you thought you could get through it. How'd you do?
Well, we won, so that's all that really that matters. But I had a little help tonight. I had some guys that stepped up big for me, and we played with a sense of urgency tonight. And you know, it was either win or go home, and we definitely don't want to go home right now. So we came out and we played big.
Yao Ming did not have the best game tonight. You consoled him a little bit at the end of that 3rd quarter. What were you trying to tell him?
Well, I was trying to tell him to keep his head up, keep his head in the game. You know, there's a couple passes that I threw to him that he fumbled a little bit, and then he was struggling at the free throw line. I think mentally he was kind of struggling a little bit, but I told him to keep his head up, and we was going to make it happen for him.
Tracy, you've obviously wanted to get out of the 1st round for a long time. You get your shot on Saturday in a game 7. What's going to go through your mind as you take the floor?
Well, just knowing that I've been in this situation before, and I'm just going to let everything out on the line, man. Leave everything out on that basketball court, and I'm going to bring my teammates with me and hope for the best. That's all I can do, man.
The key, your bench versus their bench, and whoever does better?
Well, that'll help. You know, if we can get some guys come in off the bench and we kind of set those guys, like Jerry Stackhouse coming in the game, he's playing huge for them. So if we could kind of shut him down, we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
Tracy, thanks very much. Congratulations. Game 7 on Saturday, Kevin.
18-point Rocket win. They finish the game on a 19-3 run. Our producer, Scott Cockrell. Our director, Lonnie Dale. For Doug Collins and David Aldrich and our entire crew here in Houston, Texas, Kevin Harlan saying good night. Now let's send it to Ernie, Kenny, and Charles for Inside the NBA. For all the post-game reaction to a busy night on TNT.